Welcome back to Python Express, guys. Hope you learned yesterday's lesson, the print command. Well, I hope you liked yesterday's presentation. I once again request you to just show your support and love towards this startup channel, to subscribe to the channel, comment on our presentations so that we can improve further, and press that like button also. Let's move on with yesterday's a brief revisit of what we did yesterday. As I told you, we just executed the print command. Today I have made slight changes here and there. Let's see if it works or not. All right. Let's see if this command, yesterday's command, executes or not. All right. That seems to be a problem. It says syntax error, bad input on line 1 in main.py. So what went wrong? I added a title to this presentation to make things easy for you. Is that what is hindering the execution of this code? It perhaps is. So there is this thing called comment. This comment means commenting things out. It means just ignoring the portion that is not part of the Python code. How do you do that? How do you comment things out? If it's a bad command that is hindering the execution of the code, then also you can just comment that portion out. All right. So this section, these two lines seem to be hindering the execution of the Python code. So let's try a remedy. What we do is put a hash to comment things out if it's just one line. All right. This hash has taken care of one line, and one more hash will take care of the other line, right? Let's see if the code executes now. Why is this 65656 coming? Let's reload. This is the end of the line, so let's check. It's still there. Yes, it's very much there. Number 2. This is the ending line. So the last line is 65656. It prints the number 65656, and the first is like, this is so easy and all that. So it's executing because we just commented this text portion out, that this portion was hindering the execution of the Python code. So we just commented it out. Another question arises: is there another way to just comment out if there are multiple lines. Yes, there is. What we do in that case is use the single quote, three single quote in the beginning, and then three single quote in the end. See, and let's try to execute this code. It works. But remember, you never forget to just close the comment section. If you are using three single quotes in the beginning, you have to just close that portion with three single quotes in the end. All right, let's try. I'm using just one set of three codes in this case. Let's see if the code executes. It doesn't. You see, whole lot of explanation why it's not executing, syntax error, ringing an alarm bell. So we just close it with three single quotes. Let's see if it executes, if the code executes now. It does. It's magic, isn't it? Let's talk about variables today. What is a variable? Consider a container that has things inside it. Let's say bin. Okay, bin. What does a container contain? It contains things. Let's say clothes. It has clothes. Okay, so a bin is a variable. What does a bin contain? In our lives, it contains things. We call them, in the computer language, we call them values. A bin contain, a variable has values. It contains values. Let's print the bin, and it shows it has clothes. So a bin is a variable. It makes sense. The name makes sense. But then Python is blind to semantics. It doesn't care about the meaning of the word. It can it accepts nonsense also as a variable name. Okay, xbnbh or whatever. Okay, then what you do is put another string inside it. Okay, let's print. Will it execute this xbnbh? Will it display the string? Let's check. It does. It doesn't care whether our variable name has a meaning or not. Let's print. Yes, it shows there. It can also accept numbers or whatever. Numbers, print BCD. CD. You saw this? A variable can contain just one value or a set of values at a time. At one time, it contained this variable BCD contained the string BCD. At other time, we just assigned it a new value. We assigned it 1 to 3, 123, the number, and it printed 1 to 3. It displayed 1 to 3. So a variable can contain only one value or a set of values at a time. and it doesn't have to have a meaning. A variable name doesn't have to have a meaning unless it's all right, uh, unless you are naming the variable within this naming convention. It's all right for Python. It will execute the code. Will it accept some alphanumeric characters as a variable name, as part of a variable name? Let's check. Name has whatever, and print name has. Will it work? It won't. It won't accept has as a variable. Will it accept a number? Let's check. It is accepting the number. Let's try a few more examples to make things clear. It is accepting that. And will it accept dollar name dollar as a variable name? Name dollar. It doesn't. But there is one interesting thing that makes things easier for us. Name underscore. All right, is ABC whatever. Let's print this name. Will it accept? What do you think? Just guess. This is not executing because there is this faulty portion here. Let's try. It executes. Yes, it just does. We just give that name and it's printing. Yeah, it accepts an underscore as part of a variable name. Let's try this also. 1 2 3 print underscore name. Yeah, it accept underscore in the beginning of a variable name. So let's say native land. Okay, let's say print native land. It accepts. But let's try one more thing. We'll just make things clear with examples. 1 2 3 1 3 name. Okay, is print 13 name. Will it accept? What do you think? It didn't. This means Python does not accept numbers at the start of a variable name. It discards variable names that start with a number. This is not eligible. This is not uh, legitimate for Python. It cannot accept names that start with a number as a variable. One more thing, I hope you have noticed that variable names, they are always without quotes, but their values, the strings, they are always within quotes. Let's see. Let me show you with an example. Last name is Stevenson. Okay, let's print this last name. think it will execute? It's already showing that yellow sign. That means it's not acceptable to Python. What we need to do is have to have this thing, this value within quotes. You think it will execute now? I think so. Yeah, it did. So, string, a word, a text always has to be within quotes in Python. The variable name has to have a value enclosed within quotes if it's a string. Now let's try this. 1, 2, print 136. What happens when you enclose a number, when you assign a number enclosed in quotes to a variable? In that case, what happens is Python takes the number enclosed in quotes as a string and executes it accordingly. This means you cannot do a maths operation on a number that is enclosed within quotes, because Python takes the number enclosed in quotes as a string and not as a number. So I made a mistake. I gave it a different variable name, and within the print command I typed another thing, so it won't execute. Now it does. There's one more line. Yes, yeah, it is there. So what else? Let's check. I think I have covered most of what is important for this chapter as a very beginner friendly course. I have already told you that a variable can contain, can hold, can have at least one value or a set of values at a time. It cannot have more than one value at a time. Name is like at one time it can contain, say, okay, name. Let's assign it another name. Name is Joe, that is JOA, isn't it? And press print name. What will it execute? What will it show? GIO. It shows. So at one time, a variable can hold one value or one set of values. But it's a container. It's like a container. It can hold different things at different times. So that is the magic of variables.